As a property investor, one of your key skills is being able to maintain a property and also to do your renovations smartly and cost effectively. And in today's quick YouTube video, I'm going to be taking you through one of the renovations that we've done. So I'm going to show you the old unit, what it looked like, and what renovations we did to bring it into this condition. Let's go. So we're here in the unit before it's been renovated. It does need a little bit of TLC. So let's go and start here with the kitchen. So the kitchen is not in great condition. I'm not a big fan of these stick-on tiles. They're a very good, cheap solution, and depending on the market that you're targeting, it can be usable, but I prefer to put in some nice tiling. And these small little mampara tiles here, I'm gonna put some nicer, bigger tiles in. And then we've got some cupboard space that doesn't look too terrible. This unit is still in decent condition. So the main thing that I'm considering here is tiling the floors, maybe repainting, touching up the kitchen a little bit. Then moving into the lounge. As you can see, the flooring is fine. The parquet flooring is classic. It's a good look. It will need to be clean, but you know, my team's going to come in and renovate, and it's going to be really dirty. So for now, we're not going to focus on cleaning the flooring, but I don't think there's much work here. I'd come in here, maybe just fix the loose ends with some good adhesive, and then varnish and polish the tiles, and they'll be great, good as new, and they're really low maintenance. But this unit will definitely need to be repainted. This is an old, dull color. I'd like to go for something earthy instead. The doors also not in bad condition. I don't see any big issues, but I'm probably going to look at painting the doors. Then if we move over to the bedroom, here we've got some old carpets. Now, because I'm seeing parquet flooring throughout the rest of the unit, I'm assuming that there's parquet flooring under the carpet. So I'll get my team to rip it out. If it's parquet flooring, then just varnish and polish, make sure it looks nice. Otherwise, this unit's not in bad condition. Repainting the walls, you know, these cornices and stuff, they're just dirty and they need to be touched up, repainted. So I'll probably paint the walls like a creamy color, and then I'll look at maybe a brown for, you know, the cornices, for the doors, for the built-in cupboards, for those kind of things. So again, it's got that slightly dynamic look and feel. And then moving over to the bathroom, again, we've got our stick-on tiles, which is not a great solution. But otherwise, the bathroom is not too bad. Toilet, sink, and bathtub are all in good working condition. The geyser is very old, and these geysers don't have an infinite lifespan. So, you know, it's likely that this geyser can hold out for another 2-3 years. I'd probably leave it, and then once it's end of life, I'll replace it with a gas geyser, which is a lot more affordable. And then, you know, you're passing your electricity cost over to your tenant. Instead of them paying now electricity, which is expensive, they're paying for gas, which is a lot more affordable. But yeah, repainting this bathroom and this unit will look good as new. So the next time you see me, it will be in the renovated version of this unit. Okay, let's have a look at the renovated unit. So as you walk in to the property, the first thing that you'll notice is that the flooring is the parquet flooring. So we've kept it because parquet flooring is durable, but it's also really visually appealing and it's easy to maintain. So all we had to do was to rip out some of the loose boards, put some glue adhesive beneath it, put it back down. Now the team still has to come in and clean and polish, so the flooring looks a little bit dated, but once that's been done, this will look brand new. What we also did is we repainted the whole unit, which is actually not that expensive. We went for a nice earthy tone, so a nice cream with brown on the borders. In the kitchen here, you can see that we've retiled. For me, it was justified to retile the kitchen and the bathroom because that's what the tenants are looking for. So we could have kept it as, you know, concrete, or potentially we could have screeded the floor, but I think that this really added value to it. Then this unit, you know, you can buy it as a unit. It's pretty cheap. You've got your zinc at the top here to prevent any kind of water damage. And then here we've got another kitchen counter that is pretty simple, pretty cost effective. So our kitchen didn't cost that much. We spent maybe 10,000 on the kitchen because of the tiling. Tiling can be very expensive. We repainted the door, and again, we ripped out the carpets, fixed up the parquet flooring. It still needs to be polished, but it looks really great. And then we repainted the whole unit to make sure that it had a fresh look and a fresh feel. Then moving on to the second room, exactly the same. Ripped out the carpet. We repainted the doors. Now, the nice thing about this building is that the doors were really good quality. We didn't want to get rid of it, so all we did is we just Put a nice lick of paint. I like the earthy tones, the grays, those kind of things are, never really going out of fashion. And then on the bathroom side, we did have to put a little bit of work in here. So again, we retiled because this is what the tenants are looking for. We put some nice tiling here, repainted the unit. Now bathtubs are really durable, especially these steel ones. So this one was in a pretty bad state. What we decided to do was just to re-enamel and paint it to make use of it because these things are durable. I hope you learned something about how you can do renovations smartly and cost effectively. If you want to know more about how to do these kind of things, or you want more insight into how to do the property game, go check out my Udemy courses. The link is in my bio.